Alrighty, this is Strider Moore for, CoolDudeProductions.net. Just kidding. I don't have a .net. I'm a little young to get a .net, but I am gonna be showing you guys this awesome video tutorial for After Effects. Well, let me just show you what it is. Yeah. It's a little slow right now, but you can see that this is what we're going to be making, and I'm going to show you guys how we'll be making this. So let's just start out with a new composition. So go to, in After Effects, go to New Composition, open that up. I'm using, some footage that is 1920 by 1080. So I think all these settings look good, and I'm just gonna call this the jar. Yeah. So we're opening that up. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna go find my footage and drop it in there, which I believe is this one. Yep, that's my footage. Quick tip: if you double click anything in the project right here, it will show up in your viewer. So I'm now I'm gonna move it over. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm gonna move it over. Now I'm gonna go back to my composition settings because I want to know how long it is, and it's 6 seconds. I made it 6 seconds, even though my footage is longer. So just because special effects and any clips and any videos should be roughly about 6 seconds. Anything over 6 seconds, which you can find here if you want to change it. It just gets annoying, and people don't like it, and then they end up throwing rocks at your house, and it's really depressing. Not the point. So we're gonna move this over, and I think I like it through this really fast. Computer is not very fast, to maybe a third of the speed, so we can just see what's going on. So what we have right here is just this quick clip of me holding a jar in my hand. You get the idea. I think my computer's just running really slow at the moment just because I'm actually recording the screen using QuickTime. Not sure if QuickTime is the best, but we'll see. Alright, so once you have this jar, as we saw in the original thing, there's a spore-like substance and some particles. Let's focus just on the spore-like substance at the moment. So what we're going to do is go to Layer, New, Solid. Alright, and let's make the solid black. Click OK. Let's call this Spore. Now, I originally got this idea from watching mold grow on a strawberry. No, I originally got this idea from Video Copilot. So go to his site. He has a good tutorial on making just this effect. So I'm gonna go down and actually use a what is it called? I'm gonna be using Trapcode Particular. Now, if you don't have Particular, most people won't. It's a little expensive. If you don't, you can use effects, go into stylize, I think, or simulation. CC Particle World is pretty good, but I'm just using this to make the spore because it's so much better. So as you can see, it starts out with just some particles emitting, and I am using Particular 2.1, I believe. Well, what you want to do is go up to the emitter, and let's turn down the particles just a bit because we don't want that many. Maybe 50. 50 sounds good. So now we have just particles shooting out, which is awesome. Alright, go down to velocity. Leave it at 100 for now. Velocity random you can put to 0. Velocity distribution, I have actually no idea what that is, so just don't touch it. But velocity from motion we can also set to 0. For the moment. Now, Particular has a lot of different settings, but I'm just going to try to cover the basics you'll need to make this awesome looking spore. So, we have this at the moment. Oh, and I didn't mention this before, but I also soloed the layer. You can click this little button here and it will only show you what you want to see. And right now I only want to see the particles. So like I said, it's building up. You know, I like it when it's about right here. I mean, it looks pretty interesting right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the stopwatch right here for particles per second. And that creates a keyframe. If you select your layer and press U, any keyframes you have come up. You can see particular, and there's a keyframe there. Now I'm going to go back, or go forward one frame, just one frame, and make the particles per second. You can do it here or here, the same field. Make that 0. Now you see another particle comes up. Now to move frame by frame really quick, just press page up or page down, or if you're on the laptop, press Apple forward or Apple back, or left or right, whatever you want to do. So these keyframes pretty much say, you know, per second, 50 particles are being emitted per second until I reach this point, about right here. And see what happens is nothing's happening anymore. There's no particles being emitted. And that's what we want. So something that I've also noticed though is, see how these particles are dying really fast? I don't want that. I want them to actually stay and just shoot out. So close the emitter tab and go to the particle tab. Click it and see how it says life per second. You just need a big number that's past 6. So I could do 7 or anything past. I like just doing 20 out of force of habit. So now the particles you see don't die. They're just shooting out into space. Ooh. Okay, now this is good. This is good. This is good. This is good. Another thing we want to do, though, is because we don't really want these particles to move very much at all. So place your playhead at that first keyframe. Now go to what's it called it? Sorry, I'm rambling. But go to is it under particle? No, it's under physics. Go to the physics tab and you see how it says physics time factor? This is pretty much saying what I don't know the best way to explain it. Andrew Kramer from Video Copilot has this almost the exact same tutorial. Go there, he explains it really well, but the way I think of it is, it pretty much slows down time. So if I were to click the stopwatch again, press U again to bring up all the keyframes, and you see we have another keyframe here. Go forward, and what I wanted to do is I just want to stop. I just want to go from 1 to 0. So if you see what happens, you can see it really quickly. Stuff's happening, stops. Like if I were to just take this keyframe and drag it out, you could see how it slowly slows down. See that? Now that's pretty much exactly what I want to do here. Now, the spore, which you saw in the example, it's just, you know, it's not really being born, it's just kind of there. So, the quick way to make this happen is just slide the clip down to the beginning where these first keyframes are, and look, it's pretty much there. Now it's not looking much like a spore of late, so let's try to make it look like a spore, because right now it does not look like a spore. I'm gonna drag this keyframe in just a bit. I'm also gonna change this keyframe to exponential by clicking F9, or if you're on a laptop, Mac like me, press F9. But that just kind of makes it a little more smooth. From there, we're going down to the aux system. Aux stands for auxiliary system. What this does is it will create particles, will be born from other particles. So all the particles we have here, this will just make more from each particle. So we can click at bounce event or continuously. At bounce event is if these particles are bouncing. Which can be set in the physics area. But for now, we do not want that. We just want to be continuously. And look how it creates kind of like that sparkly firework effect. This would be great for fireworks if you were creating them, but that's not what we're going to create. The first thing you can tell is that they're different colors, and let's change that first. So go down to color over life. You see how it has all these different like presets. It can look a bit confusing. It's not. Just click one of the presets, like this one. See, now they're all gray. And maybe change the color. And this is where we pretty much get to choose a color. I'm going to click this, maybe make it, like in the example, a light green. And maybe on the outside, we're going to make it a dark green. Something like really dark.